targeted. Watch as all 6 aircraft separate to visually check all quadrants. The squadron will now introduce you to a 3-dimensional maneuver as they demonstrate what many pilots experience when entering the same airspace as their opponents for an air-to-air engagement. Follow the aircraft as they descend and converge over the same point to demonstrate an air-to-air intercept engagement. The solos will now return to give you an example of one type of air-to-air maneuver called a 2-circle guns pass. The opposing aircraft will pass as close as possible and then turn into each other to create 2 circles in an attempt to get behind the other and gain an advantage. Head-on encounters may be handled differently depending on the situation. The opponent can meet as close as possible to avoid a turning advantage, or there may be an option to blow through in order to regain energy to fight or the chance to escape. Now let's watch as the 2-ship returns to engage the 4-ship, and they will be approaching from the left. With a closure rate of more than 320 miles per hour, the 2-ship has to weigh the odds of turning to fight or choose to bug out. Solos on the right. Look to the left through the smoke. Here comes the 4-ship. Again, closing at 320 miles per hour. As the 4-ship formation turns away, let's watch from the left as the solos quickly change their minds and decide to pitch back into the fight. Let's follow them as they enter a combat air patrol, or a CAP, and perform a search for the formation. This type of CAP can be employed with onboard radar, with assistance from an airborne command and control platform, or performed visually if the threat is close. As the solos get a tally or a visual, they will turn toward the 4-ship formation. But the solos have discovered more than they expected. The Delta has switched to a line abreast on all of SNJs. This formation is the same flight position used when the team Skytypes messages. On command from the leader, the Skytypers will execute a 90-degree right turn and shift into a trail formation. Once in trail, they must regroup into a more effective formation in order to continue their mission. These aircraft weigh about 5,500 pounds each and use a 600 horsepower supercharged 9-cylinder radial engine, the Pratt & Whitney R1340, all overhauled by Tulsa Aircraft Engines. Now, let's look straight ahead as the solos pitch into each other and turn in the same direction for a one-circle fight, I should say. They split apart and call fights on. This is called when the solos respond and turn back toward each other, testing the pilot's skill and avoiding any other advantage going into a head-on pass. Fighter pilots call this the merge. And here's the one-circle fight. The wing solo has more energy, causing the lead solo to turn away too soon, and it appears that an advantage is developing. As the wing solo maneuvers to take a shot, the lead solo is forced to fly in an unpredictable path in order to reverse, escape, or face the possibility of getting shot down. This is called a gun's jink.
Keep this right on top of you. This is better?
Simulated gun firing by the trailing aircraft trying to get a hit on the leader. Getting in close. Looks like he scored a hit. Forward air controller aircraft, also called FACs, have approached the area and confirmed there is enemy equipment on the ground. 4 aircraft are called in to strafe the targets. Look high and almost directly in front of you as the flight of 4 aircraft approach the enemy in an echelon or all-to-one-side formation. This formation is often seen in wartime movies and documentaries. The aircraft will roll in on a high-angle strafe to fire on the targets below. After diving in on the target, you can watch as each aircraft will abruptly pull up to evade enemy gunfire and the possibility of getting hit by airborne fragments from the exploding targets. Strafing for the GEICO Skytypers today are number 1, Larry Arkin and Steve Kapoor. Number 2, Chris Moore. Number 3, Ken Johansson. And number 4, Bob Johansson. As the solos approach from behind you, they will demonstrate a radar intercept based on information received from radar on board their aircraft. Overhead, the solos have detected a group of threatening aircraft intending to attack the target area. The solos will maneuver to gain an advantage on the other aircraft by splitting up. Solo pilots today are Steve Salmer and wing solo Tom Daly. Watch now as the Diamond approaches and strategically maneuvers to successfully avoid the intercept. Ladies and gentlemen, the GEICO Skytypers, Bombburst!
I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why, because sometimes you come along if you feel like a home without
With the air-to-air threat neutralized, the bombers can now approach and destroy the remaining enemy assets on the ground. Look straight ahead as the Solos return to finish the job.
I've been growing so long, been trying this shit for years. And I got nothing to show, just climbing this rope right here. And if there's a man upstairs.
Notice how the Solos continue to alter their position in order to remain unpredictable and fly under radar coverage. The Solos will then once again pop up to surprise the enemy on the ground and deliver their orders. As the team prepares for its next coordinated maneuver, the GEICO Skytypers would like to invite you to learn a little bit more about their sponsor. GEICO can assist you with all of your insurance needs. During its 78-year history, GEICO has received a long list of diverse honors, awards, and consumer testimonials for their impressive service to 12 million private passenger customers and 20 million vehicles. GEICO's focus and care for people can be seen in every aspect of its operations. The Skytypers partner with GEICO to promote and educate people about GEICO's insurance products and services through team appearances, Skytyped messages, and airshow performances. Let's watch straight ahead and see what the Solos and the Diamond have in store for us. As the Solos pull to the sky, the Diamond will transition into a vertical diamond. Let's watch as the vertical diamond flies through the center of the heart being drawn by the Solos. As the team regroups for a special pass, the GEICO Skytypers would like to recognize the men responsible for keeping these vintage aircraft in such fine shape. The aircraft technicians are Frank Atria, Chris Kane, Mike Beecroft, and Greg Coons. We also want to recognize another key member on our team, Advanced Pilot and Ground Operations Officer Jim Record. These aircraft are operated most of the year in the New York metro area and are based at the Republic Airport in Farmingdale, Long Island. If you'd like to see photos or simply get more information on the team, follow them on Facebook and Twitter under GEICO Skytypers or visit the team's website at GEICOSkytypers.com. In addition, check out their YouTube channel for some great videos, including the Information Webisode series. These webisodes provide an insider's look at life as an airshow performer. You can also find links to our associate sponsors, Aspen Avionics, Bendix King by Honeywell, CamGuard Aviation, Gulf Coast Avionics, Tulsa Aircraft Engines, Plane Logics, and Wheelan Engineering.
A celebration the last throughout the year. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Let's all celebrate.
As the team rejoins into a single Delta formation, the GEICO Skytypers would like to dedicate their next maneuver to the men and women in our armed services and all those who support the United States military. Ladies and gentlemen, the GEICO Skytypers Fan Pass. Watch now as the GEICO Skytypers show you how all military aircraft, including the military performance jet teams, rejoin into a single formation. The Skytypers will perform another 90-degree turn to set up for their rejoin to a Delta formation. As the lead aircraft smokes and turns, he identifies himself and the other aircraft add power to put their noses in front of the lead in order to fly a shorter distance. Each pilot must be aware of the position of all the aircraft so they can rejoin as quickly and as safely as possible. The flight leader is the forwardmost member of the formation and is responsible for the direction and integrity of the entire flight. The wingmen must maintain their respective positions while constantly referencing the flight lead. A majority of the pilots on the team earned their wings through military training in the Air Force, the Navy, and the Marines, and many became commercial airline pilots after completing their military service. One of the members, Tom Daly, has served with the New York City Police Department for many, many years and was on station 15 years ago today in the attack on the World Trade Center in New York. Let's follow the team in the Delta formation as they descend towards show center to complete their final maneuver, the Delta pitch to land.
But now I might be a nigga.
The Delta formation. As they approach now, let me introduce to you the pilots once again of the GEICO Skytypers. As they pitch up on a downwind approach, give a big round of applause to number 1, Larry Arkin with Steve Kapoor. Number 2, Chris Moore. Number 3, Ken Johansson. Number 4, Bob Johansson. Number 5, Steve Salmers. And number 6, Tom Daly. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2016 GEICO Skytypers. Show them some love, Oceana. GEICO and the GEICO Skytypers would like to thank you for supporting this air show and its great sponsors. Stop by and talk with a whole Pacific GEICO temp today to get a team picture and to meet GEICO gift. Remember, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more at geico.com. GEICO Skytypers touching down now on runway 23 here at Oceana. And as they do, we want to thank some more of our great sponsors. Valpak wants to salute the men and women of our military and their families. Thank you for your service. Stop by our Valpak booth for money-saving coupons. Business owners stop by to register to win a free Valpak mailing. The Virginia Pilot and Pilot Online are proud sponsors of the Oceana Airshow. Get the news wherever you are with the pilot. At the Waterfront Advisory Group of Raymond James, we know there's a lot to sound, comprehensive financial management. It keeps many people up at night as they try to contemplate all of life's what-ifs. Each day, we help families address the many financial matters they face, such as balancing the needs of today with the goals of the future. Our goal is to help you put all those thoughts about money aside so you can get on with enjoying life. WebTex, Hampton Roads' leading technology solutions provider, is honored once again to sponsor the Oceana Air Show.